Hello there everybody, welcome back to Try New Things, where today we're going to talk a little bit about the RK25. So we've got 475 hours on the tractor so far, and we've just had our first malfunction. Let me take the camera and show you what happened. So I was coming back to the barn from tilling the garden, and although it was 3 weeks ago, you may still be able to see the line. I was pissing fluid out the bottom of the tractor like you wouldn't believe, and I didn't know what it was. Well, it turns out it was my steering line. So right here is a new steering line, and it was running underneath the motor, and all I could tell is somewhere under the motor it had sprung a leak, and every time I would turn on the engine it would just pour out the bottom of the tractor. So as I don't have a trailer to haul the tractor, nor a vehicle big enough to haul a trailer that could haul the tractor, I ended up calling a tow company out of Shelbyville. Came, picked up the tractor, dropped it off at Rural King, and I was worried that I wouldn't have it back until midsummer. But fortunately that was not the case, and they hooked me up, ordered the parts, and got me fixed up, and I had the tractor back at the farm within 2 weeks. What I had noticed here on the left side of the tractor just before that happened, and I don't think it had anything to do with it, but I was starting to get a leak here in the front hub, and so I had them replace the seals on both sides, this side which was leaking and the other side that was not yet leaking, and you can tell that from the new nice orange gasket sealer they put in there. So I had them do that work at the same time since it was in the shop, and since I was at 475 hours I also had them do the 500 hour and the 550 hour service in combination. So I got the hydraulic fluid changed out, new hydraulic filters, oil changed out, new oil filters, new fuel filters, and they even greased up every one of my fittings. All that for a cost, of course. What had happened was the steering line was rubbing somewhere against the frame, wore through, and started leaking out the bottom. They deemed that a manufacturer's defect, and they covered it under warranty. Now for the two new front wheel seals, as well as the two services that I had, that wasn't covered under warranty. So my cost all in was $475 for labor, and my total cost, including the material, was $718 plus tax. I think that's fair given everything that I had them do to the tractor. I was also very surprised and pleased that I had the tractor back at the farm and using it again in just 2 weeks. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I know it's a short one, but I thought I would share my first malfunction with y'all and my good experience with getting it serviced in Shelbyville at the RK dealership there. Can't say anything but good things about that. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye-bye. So now we're going to take a quick break to thank this week's sponsor. And this week's sponsor, like every week's sponsor, is me, Chris Gladstone with TNT Try New Things, where I have started a new website link, partnering with Buy Me a Coffee as an opportunity for you to check out some of the items I have for sale that you have probably watched the videos on me making. It's also an opportunity to sponsor the channel directly, either through buying me a coffee, or if you're feeling particularly generous, signing up for an annual membership. With that, I'm going to go back to the video. So, as I manufacturer defect, so that got covered under friggin' strap. So for the front two wheel seals, for me to get the two front wheel seals,